how do you deal with your hunger? Is this something that comes up often for you? Because let's face it, I mean, we're emotional human beings with feelings, and we deal with food on a regular basis, and therefore we likely deal with feelings of hunger on a regular basis. I'm Dr. Brett Scher, the medical director at dietdoctor.com, and I want to tell you about a guide that we recently published, written by Franziska Spritzler, that talked about how to manage hunger when trying to lose weight. Personally, I think one of the main reasons this whole, you can call it failed experiment of the low-fat diet over the past 50 years has gotten us into so much trouble as a population is because it does not address hunger. It doesn't also address carbohydrates and insulin, but it doesn't address hunger. And anytime that's the case, you're set up to fail. Low-carb diets tend to reduce hunger better. I think that's pretty clear, especially when they're ketogenic diets and full of whole foods. But it's silly to think that we can completely eliminate hunger. We're always going to feel hungry at times, so we need strategies for how to deal with it. And that's this guide that Franziska wrote is wonderful about it. So I really encourage you to go to dietdoctor.com and read the whole thing. I'll try and hit some of the highlights here. She talks about what is hunger, right? Hunger versus appetite. Is it true need for food and calories, or is it boredom and just kind of routine? So those are so important to define. I know back in my high carb days, I got used to my 10 a.m. snack every day. I had a 10 a.m. snack. So whether I was hungry or not, 10 a.m. rolled around and I was ready for that snack. It was routine. It's what I always did. I had to get out of that routine. And then once I switched to a low carb diet, then that hunger just went away. So getting rid of the routine was all I needed to get rid of that feeling that I needed a snack. And that happens for people multiple times during the day. So understanding what your hunger is and what it represents, so important. And Franziska goes into ways to recognize that in her guide. Do you eat due to stress, sadness or loneliness, boredom, or some sort of external cues? These are all things that need to go into our brain when we're considering why we're eating. And she talks about tips to lower your hunger, right? The food we eat can certainly affect our hunger. So we have to think about it psychologically, and we have to think about it physically. So lowering our carbs, making sure we're getting adequate protein, high fiber veggies can help. They certainly can help. And of course, not fearing fat. Adding plenty of fat to get enough calories that you're just not hungry for the rest of the day, except for your 2 meals during the day, or maybe even 1 meal during the day. Part of the problem is we're afraid of adding in more calories sometimes. So we'd rather eat multiple times during the day rather than having one big meal. But that's not always the best way to go because of what it does for your insulin and glucose roller coaster. The fewer times you eat, the more time you have between your meals, likely the healthier it's going to be for you. But that comes down to orchestrating your meals to make sure you're getting enough protein, you're getting the fiber, and you're getting fat. Now, fiber sort of gets a bad name in the low carb world, but the evidence is pretty clear that fiber can help you feel full. Doesn't mean you need fiber, doesn't mean we have requirements for fiber, but if you're looking for ways to feel fuller, sometimes fiber can help you with that. A key is not fearing the fat though. And so I encourage you to read Franziska's guide on this. I think it'd be really helpful as you navigate your path on feeling hunger and what to do about hunger. And while you're there, you can check out all the other guides that we have to help you on your health journey. And click subscribe below so you'll get all these video updates. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody.